Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So this is going to be this is a slightly different video than I would typically do. This is how I paint my nails to keep them from chipping. And I would say that as long as you don't fuss with your nails, because I'm notorious for picking at my nail polish. I've always been that way. Back in the day when acrylics were popular and I used to get acrylics, I would always pick at them after a few days because I think it's like a nervous habit. And then if I do go through any kind of a stressful event, that makes me even worse. I pick at my nail polish. But I've gotten better about leaving my nail polish alone. I've also learned through some research and trial and error how to paint my nails to keep it from lifting. And really I've noticed that by following this method that I do, which I've gotten tips from different people on YouTube, plus kind of just trying out my own thing, I can get my polish to last up to about like 5 to 7 days without chipping, like with zero chipping. It's actually quite amazing as long as you put in the time to do each nail correctly. So I'm not gonna actually do a tutorial and show you. I'm just gonna walk you through. I may do at the end like one layer of a top coat on top of one of my nails that's already painted, just to show you how I apply each layer of polish. But that's it. But I'm going to show you the things I use. So first of all, I just use a straight up acetone nail polish remover because they work so well. It helps remove nail polish much quicker than the other stuff that's, non-acetone based. And then also it helps a lot with cleanup as you're painting your nails. I always get nail polish on my skin, and so this really helps clean that up as you're going. And if you use other stuff, I just find it doesn't work as well. Okay, so then I also have a fine brush. It does get a little crusty after it dries after using it, but this is a fine tipped brush, and you can see it's actually getting worn a little bit, but I've had it for years. And this I use to clean up around my skin when I'm painting my nails. So as I go, if I get any nail polish on my skin, what I do is I put some of the acetone, I pour some in a little cup, or I usually just pour it in the lid of the acetone bottle, and I dip it in there, and then I literally just go around and remove any of the excess nail polish. And one of the things I do too is I make sure that my nail polish does not touch my cuticle. And if I do get any on my cuticle as I'm painting, I just use this to remove it, just to make sure there's none that's like right up against my skin. Because if you have it on your cuticle, like if you saw my bathing garden haul video, I made a comment about how some of the nail polish was lifting off my cuticle. It looked like dry cuticle, but it was actually the nail polish because I did it too quickly. That's actually why I took the polish off and just repainted them last night, because I didn't like the way it was lifting. I was too lazy and just didn't apply it correctly. But you want to make sure the polish goes right up to your cuticle and just not touching it or on top of it. And before each layer, as you paint on each layer, you use this brush to touch up wherever you need to, either off your cuticle or on the sides of your nails, so that it doesn't dry. Because once it dries, then it's harder to remove, and the nail polish doesn't look quite as right. It doesn't look like a clean finish. So this technically was meant for eyeshadow. It actually closes, which is kind of cute. Oh, it's from, well, I don't even know what that brand is. I don't even remember where I've got it. I've had it for years, but it's technically meant for like applying like a really fine layer of eyeshadow on your eye. But you can probably find a nail brush or a similar eyeshadow brush. You just want it to be a pretty fine tip so that you have some precision there. Then when I'm painting my nails, if I have any nail polish on, I obviously remove it, and then I also go through with this brush and just do a quick brush. Once my nails are completely clean, I brush over some acetone just to dry out my nail beds, because I have oily skin, and I find that is true of my nails as well. I find that they get oily, and so I need to dry them out and before I apply the nail polish, and that really does help the nail polish last longer for me. So I noticed it's kind of like dark in here, isn't it? I'm gonna open my blinds real quick. Okay, so hopefully that's a little bit more light and hopefully not too bright. And anyhow, so the first thing that I do to help make my nail polish stick is I use this sticky base coat. So now there's a reflection from the sun, right? And this is a tip I got from a YouTuber. Her channel name is Simply Nailogical. She's kind of quirky and silly, and she doesn't do very many tutorials these days. A lot of her videos are now just goofy videos. She's kind of funny, but I don't watch her channel as much as I used to. But she said she kind of did a nail polish tutorial, and she talked about using a sticky base coat. So I got this from Walmart, and it's a big bottle. You can tell it's a full ounce, whereas your typical nail polish bottle is like a half of an ounce. So this is twice as much. And it's this blue color, and it actually even tells you on here you have to use it under nail color. Oops, I'm off camera. Use it under nail color, not to be worn alone. So this I used to apply one layer, and I didn't really notice a big difference. What I do now is I apply 2 layers of this. It dries really quickly, and like by the time you finish your 10th finger, your first finger that you started on is usually dry. It does feel slightly tacky, but not really. Like, it's not like you're going to touch your finger and it's going to feel super sticky, or your fingernail, it's going to feel super sticky, but it does really adhere well to your nail. So I apply 2 layers of this, and then I'll apply whatever nail polish I'm using. And so like this is like I showed in my last video, if you watched it on Bomblicity, this is the nail polish that I am currently wearing. In case you did not watch it, this is Rose Gold Digger. And this is from Walmart, Salon Perfect, $3.98. And I was really impressed. Let me show you what so it actually has it's quite a really good amount of coverage. I only did 2 layers on my nails of this color, and I feel like it has really good coverage. And I actually would have gotten some pretty decent coverage too with just 1 layer, but I like it like a pretty dark, I wanted it like a nice dark color. So when I'm painting my nails, oh, and I forgot to mention, so even with this sticky base coat, as I'm painting my nails, I'm going to just use this brush. So however you apply it, but your standard, you start down the middle, go down the sides, right? One of the things I do, so I'm going to try and mimic the movement. After I've gotten the top of my nail completely covered, I take the brush and I actually go around the tip like this, and then I even brush slightly underneath the nail. So if you look underneath my nails, you can see that there is nail polish underneath my nails. And that is because you want to seal off the tips of your nails completely. So if you have short nails, this might be kind of hard to do. You might make a mess, and you're probably going to have to go back and like remove a lot of that polish using some nail polish remover, like if it gets on your skin. But that's literally what you do, and I'll hold my skin, the skin of my fingertip back, and just take the brush, lightly brush along the edges like this, the edge of my nails and the inside of my nail. I do that with every single layer that I apply. So I'll do 2 layers of the base coat, generally 1 or 2 layers of the nail polish color. Then I use, this is from KB Shimmer, and it's her quick dry top coat. It doesn't say it on top, it just says nail polish, or maybe it says it on the label. There you go. Clearly on top is what it's called, but it's her quick dry top coat. And so KB Shimmer, this is something that Kim from Kim Hearts Organizing commented on, that KB Shimmer polish tends to chip really fast, and that is absolutely true. I love her polish. I love all the fun colors and glitters that she has, but if you don't get a good way to seal the polish, it's going to chip, and that includes this top coat. This top coat is great because it dries super fast, but it chips really easily. To me, it doesn't protect the nail polish. It just adds a shiny top coat. And I go through this really quickly. It's so strong. You can tell like her polishes, the reason they dry so quick is because her formula, it's super strong smelling. You have to like apply in a well ventilated room because they're really strong, but they work well. So I applied just 1 layer of her quick dry top coat, and for me that's just to kind of help the polish dry that I've already put on. And as I'm applying as well, I will, particularly after I do the nail polish or after her quick dry top coat, I will usually wait a few minutes in between each layer, and I'll test my nail and I'll tap it. And as long as it doesn't feel sticky to the touch, like it may feel like, yeah, I can't bump it because it'll leave indentation, but I will touch my nail and see if like I can tap it, and it has to feel kind of dry, like it's somewhat set, and then I apply the next layer. I don't do that for the base coat because that dries so quickly, but for the polish and the top coat I do. And then the same thing for this. So then the last step for me, and this is the biggest piece of what I think helps my nail polish last so long. I use some kind of a gel-like top coat. So this is from Essie, and this is called Gel Setter Top Coat. And I have a box of a new one back here because I go through this really fast because it applies very thick. So what you can see is it's thicker than your typical nail polish, and it also dries. Oh, see how it's like gooping down? It also dries a lot quicker than a typical kind of Essie type nail polish. So this is not gel in the sense that you don't need like a UV light or anything like that. And clearly, because it's a clear bottle, the sunlight's not going to make this dry out. But it's gel-like. And so here is the box that comes in. I got this at Walmart for $9 something, I think. But so here at the top, gel-like color and shine top coat. But what I have found is this gives it a really good seal, but you don't need the UV light, and then it comes off easily with a good acetone. It is harder to remove if you're using a non-acetone based nail polish remover, but if you're using acetone, it comes off really easily. So I put a thick layer of this on as the last step, and just like all the other layers, I wrap it around my nails. So I wrap it around the edge and the tip, and so and then I go through and clean up my cuticles and the sides of my nails, whatever, and remove any excess. But then that's what I let dry. And with this, let's see, I would say that with all of those layers, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's 6 layers of polish, they will be completely dry. Like, so then I'll start tapping, and as long as you can kind of hear that like clicking sound on your nails, you can tell they're dry. I would say they're completely dry within an hour, which I know may seem like a long time, but for me, I know people love Essie nail polish, and I used to buy Essie a lot. I could never get the Essie to dry on my nails. I would go to bed, I'd wake up in the morning, and I'd have like sheet marks and blanket marks embedded into my nails because it would just take forever to dry, because I found I needed to do 2 or 3 layers to get a nice solid coating of the polish, and it just didn't dry quick enough for me. So that's why KB Shimmer I really like, because it does dry quickly, and then also this Salon Perfect dries pretty well too. So I find that I like using polishes that have a pretty quick dry. They dry pretty quickly, but then also I think all of these layers like really do help my nails last. So today I painted these on Saturday, what day was it? So I don't remember May 20th, right? Saturday night, May 20th. I'm going to see how long they will last, and I will probably wait to upload this video until I can see like, okay, when am I going to get my first chip, and then I will report back. But generally I would say if I don't fuss with my nails and pick at them, they'll last 4 to 5 days without getting any chips, and sometimes a little bit longer. And that includes like me washing dishes. I'll wash dishes without using gloves. That's me taking a shower every day. I'm really, really impressed. So now if you're doing like yard work or something where you have a lot of, rough activity against your fingernails, that may be different. So you may need to protect your hands somehow. But your standard just washing and stuff like that, the nail polish won't lift. So I'm super, super impressed. And this is what works for me. If you have any questions or comments, definitely post those below. But other than the KB Shimmer Quick Dry Top Coat, everything else I can purchase at Walmart or Target. And, well, I'm not sure if you can get this at Target. This brand, I don't know where they sell it at. It's a new brand I just actually discovered yesterday that I picked up and I really like. But if you have a favorite quick dry top coat, you may want to try this just with that. And then also Essie, this gel setter. You can use other gel-like top coat brands. So I realize I'm not on camera. I also like the Sally Hansen gel-like nail polish that they have in their top coat. It actually does come in a black bottle because it dries a little bit quicker than this one. I like that one as well. For whatever reason, I find this one looks a little bit better, but the Sally Hansen one, I don't have a bottle to show you, but there is it's like this gel-like top coat. Sally Hansen has one that works pretty well too. And then just to show you, in case you don't watch my previous video, these are two other colors I got in that same brand, this Salon Perfect, and this one is this pretty blue. I'm trying to make sure this focuses. There you go. Such a gorgeous blue color, right? And this is Faraway Galaxy. So I'm excited to try this one day. And then I love this red. So this is He's With Me. And if you can see all the pretty red shimmer in there, it's so pretty. Ugh, let me see. I'm trying to open this. It's not really focusing that well, huh? I don't know, but it's really pretty. So I'm excited to try this red one too. So anyhow, that's it. If you have questions or comments, post those below. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.